So price swings, but it's nullified, right? So the price swings are like somehow the price swings are made irrelevant, and it could be that we end up kind of like back where we started. I think we probably the decline probably starts here in this last hour. If it doesn't, then it's gonna be tomorrow. But I think it probably starts here in this last hour. That's this like price swinging should be like made irrelevant. As we turn around, we go south probably. Hey AV, good afternoon to you. Not my best work today. I missed that low at the beginning of the day. The double X in a lot of cases indicates a low. Basically, that was the opportunity that was revisited. It wasn't a crest. It's usually a crest with the pleasure card, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a trough that you revisit. So I should start saying there's an opportunity that's revisited rather than a crest that's revisited when I talk about that card. Because there's a perfect example of that. So far, this has been a pretty accurate reading. I imagine I'm going to be off somewhere around, like somewhere here, because there's just so much going on. Like, I can't even begin to like, like determine an expectation. Like, there could be highs and like highest highs and lowest lows here. There could be like neither. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of toppy cards. There's also a lot of indications of significant lows, if not lowest lows. I think there's probably a really big drop here on the 22nd. And another one probably here at the end of the 28th, on like the cusp of the 28th, 29th into the 29th. Actually, there should be one here as well. You know what? I'm getting low significators. When I look at the cross-reading congruencies, there aren't any high cross-reading congruencies. We're probably going to go into lows here. Let me double check. I want to make sure that's the case and I didn't just miss them. There's some indications of lowest lower cross-reading congruencies there. This could be a cross-reading like correlation. It's possible. right? Because we've got this toppy card here and a crossroad incongruency. You could say this is a cross-reading congruency too, but I don't know how strong these are, or cross-reading correlation. I think we're going south in this last week, guys, actually. Looking at it like with a little bit more of a clear idea of what to look for. We might see a high here, but then we go into lows pretty notably. And I don't think this is the high here. Oh, hey guys, just saw everybody hopped on. How will small caps IWM do next year? Will UPST go over 100? All right, so small caps. Does IWM follow the same chart pattern as the S&P 500 throughout the year of 2024? I got a yes. And it was the Dominion card, price swings back and forth, which is what all the 2024 readings look like. Really crazy stuff going to go down in 2024. It looks like. Will UPST go over 100? Uh, I got yes for that. Oops. Hey, it was luck. Um, I don't process PayPal. We only use PayPal. It was luck for donations, and the reason being is that uh, at the beginning of this year, many of you probably don't know. At the beginning of this year, we were using Wix payments, and they canceled. They made it. They basically banned us from being able to use Wix payments, and we were forced to not have a way to charge anybody. Like we just like launched subscriptions, and for like 2 months we didn't have a way to charge anybody because they're like, oh, you're too high risk. You could be a scam. So these are the type of things that I've had to go through to get this far, my friends. Tons of stuff like that. You know, like you try to help people, and the more you try to help them, the more they're like, oh, it's a scam. What are you trying to do this for? You know, it's like, I mean, I get there's a lot of bad guys out there, but I mean, open your eyes. So anyhow, we specifically don't take payments through PayPal because if I to take payments through PayPal requires them to like take a look at our website, and if they chose to like, oh, you guys are too high risk, then that would remove our ability to take donations through PayPal, which was really our only way of taking money at that time, early in 2023, when Wix basically screwed us. Hopefully that makes sense. If you're trying to make a payment through PayPal, it was like to do that subscription. You could do a donation through PayPal, and I would just manually open that subscription for you if you want to do that. Hey B, JP stock direction next week. Um, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, I got a U-shaped dip for JP Morgan next week, like a peak, a trough, and then a peak kind of deal. Look for intersecting perpendicular diagonal trend lines, and that might give you an idea of where that peak is, that U-shaped dip will form. Yeah, these next 3 weeks have been confusing. Even astrologers have completely opposite forecasts. So interesting. That's good to know. Thanks, Av. And Apple, please too. Overall stock direction for Apple next week. Okay, so this is kind of these 2 days in combination is really like the strength card here. You can see we came out of that low pretty strongly out of the bottom of a range, which is this range right here, and we went all the way to the top of a range, this range right here. Um, so next week it looks like we have a low at the end of the week here. And then next week we have a notable move higher to a prominent peak towards the end of the day on the 26th, followed by a decline off of that peak to rotate sideways along key support on the 27th. Interesting. And then you know what it may be. We have two bullish cards for the 28th and the 29th, but the 29th uh, is also a correlation, has a correlation to a lowest low for the month. I think probably what we see are after that peak on the 26th, on the cusp of the 26th, 27th, we probably have lower opens. Very, very likely lower opens on the 28th and on the 29th, and possibly, probably on the 27th, but very, very strong probability of lower opens on the 28th and the 29th. So we probably gap down on the 29th and then have a notable move higher out of that, like an unexpected move to the upside. And then that's the next year's January. Good old Mercury retrograde, yeah, for sure. What is the general trend direction of MPC the remainder of the month? Remainder of the month for MPC. It's notable decline through multiple support levels. Hey, Weird Thomas, I'm gonna come back to you in just a moment. I gotta just I gotta answer the people with the stars. They're paying for priority answers, and then I'll come back to you. I didn't forget you. Hey, Robert, same thing for you. Amazing on UPST. Can you please provide a time frame too? Thank you. A time frame for UPST. I mean, to really get like reliable data, I would need to do like a 1 year on that. But I can see maybe the cards will give me something. Yeah, I got something. I'm laughing because I was shuffling the deck and like a bunch of cards flew out, and the top card on the stack that flew out was the Empress card, and I'm like, it's probably the Empress card. That was clear kinetics, and I was like, you know what? Just to be sure, let me shuffle the deck again, and if I just so happen to get the Empress card again, that'll be confirmation to follow that, and lo and behold, clear kinetically again. It literally went like this out of the deck. Like that. All right, so this is pretty reliable data. So there's a couple places that it might take place in 2024 between April 21st and May 20th, or between September 21st and October 20th. It's possible that it happens twice. It's interesting that I pulled the Empress card twice, and there's also two time frames. Maybe we see it twice in the year of 2024. I love when this type of thing happens. Yeah, we see it twice in 2024. Will Link be lower price level during March dip than it is now? Thank you for seeing a bunch of retracements in... Thank you. Seeing a bunch of retracements in March. All right, so Link in March. Yeah, there's a very strong probability that we're lower in March. We're probably lower in on the cusp of January, February as well, or early February somewhere. I just did the February S&P 500 reading, and all the dailies yesterday. So, by the way, if you've got early access on our website, you'll be able to access the February S&P 500 readings as early as some of them as early as tonight, the remainder of them as early as tomorrow. Everybody else has got to wait until the 21st of January. Yeah. We're lower than it probably twice, both on the cusp of January, February, and on the cusp of March, April. It looks like. Yeah, that works. It was like 250. That's correct. And I'll have my guy after this live. I'll have my guy. I'll text him and he'll manually get you into that, and then uh, you'll probably need to like next month like do it a different way so that it ends up being recurring, if that makes sense. All right, so Weird Thomas, can you look at and ask the cards what month optimism hits $3, 350, also $5? Do I have optimism yet? It's not marked up, but I have it started. Same thing with the 10-year, or 8-year, I should say. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's going on with me. Ooh. Right, the 2024 card appears in the 2024 reading. We also have the Princess of Cups prominently, so we might actually be here in the Princess of Cups, actually. That's probably more likely Princess of Cups with, and it is at the end of the year that we see this 2024 energy. So I think we're probably in Princess of Cups energy as far as the 10-year. Do we see? Yes, I love that. When I find just the chart for it, I love it. Um, so you want to know if when it hits $3? Oh wow, this one's got. Wait, what is this? I think this shouldn't be here. This is an error. I'm gonna have that removed. In any case, it's September 21st to October 20th is what it's telling me. As far as hitting $3, and it'll be in the midst of a really significant move, standing out to the upside, standing out on a 1 year chart. It could be from oversold territory. It could be a gap up. It could just be a really big move higher, but it'll be like a vertical move, almost vertical, you should say. For $3.50. Oops. All right, so Hermit. August, September, we hit 350, so that's probably going to be the following. Oh no, that's probably going to be the following year because those dates are ahead of the previous one. I'd say it's probably going to be the following year, like 2025, that we see that. Hey Robert, I saw you bought some merchandise. Really appreciate that, my man. So you're the first one to purchase that board. By the way, so guys, we have a bunch of new stuff on the shop. We got T-shirts. We don't have the Thoth deck currently. Our supplier isn't carrying the Thoth deck, but there is another deck that you can utilize the system with. It's the only other deck you can utilize the system with. The Rider Waite Tarot, which we're selling on the site. There's a couple of differences between the two decks, especially involving the Trump number 8 and Trump number 12. And then this board here, Robert, I saw that you ordered one of these boards. Let me know the quality of that. All right, it should be good, but I haven't seen it in real life yet. Hey, Tabraze. When do I see a small pullback in SPY? There's a pullback next week. Actually, it starts this week. It starts tomorrow, if not at the end of the day here. Yeah, it starts tomorrow, it looks like. Hey, IG. Yeah, there's definitely a correction in Q1. Very, 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 very strong probability that it takes place in February or on the cusp of February, March. There's definitely a sharp, sharp drop, at least one sharp, sharp drop in February. There might be as many as three. But if we finish at highs at the end of the month, which is also possible for February, then I would say I literally just recorded February before I got on this live. Um, if we do end up at highs towards the end of the month of February, I would say that we're going to see another sharp drop off of those highs somewhere in March as well. But there's like a double cross reading congruency between multiple readings overlapping on February, all with unicursals. It's like crazy. I've never seen a double cross reading congruency before. So that's pretty strong stuff. Um, there could be a major crash there. It's possible. Out of all of the unicursal cross reading congruencies, I'd say this one in February is probably one of the most prominent, highest probable locations based on what the cards are telling me for one. I'm not saying it's definite, but there's a very, very strong probability that it's like a crash or a correction of some kind there starting in February or taking place all in February. Depends on how sharp the drop is in February. B, will Netflix hit 470 or 475 on Friday? Did I start doing Netflix in December? I don't remember. I did. I do so many readings I can't even like keep track of what I'm doing. Oh my god. I have a tracker just to keep track of what I've done so far because otherwise I'd probably do the same reading multiple times. All right, so the question is I had a lowest low on the 4th. Looks like it ended up being on the 6th, but pretty darn close. A high on the 11th. We had a high on the 11th. And hmm. Sharp drop on the 14th. There's that unicursal hexagram energy. 15th, we had this opportunity to open up a long position. Um, really, so we're a day off there, but this is a notable rally. I didn't expect this to be a higher price level, so I'm off on that. But my sense in that case is that we probably see the high here on the 20th. It's going to get kind of mixed. Do we see 475? I don't think we'll see 475. Let's see what the cards say. I got a yes for that. I guess it's not that far of a drop. You're welcome, IG. um, it seems fairly clear there will be a significant cyber attack power outage in 2024. Are you seeing that? If so, which month? There might be as many as 3 blackouts in New York City. I don't know if it's this summer that it's coming, but I saw that in the summer. Hard to pinpoint it. Let's see. Does a significant cyber attack power outage take place in 2024? Yes. Whoa. It might be on. Okay, so I'm picking up on like a cyber attack on a female ruler. This might be like a governor, or it might be like a female leader of a nation. But there's a cyber attack on that. I'm also picking up on something having to do with environmental issues, a cyber attack and something environmental. I'm not seeing a cyber attack on power, actually. Let me try that again. That's surprising. I got the Empress card again. There might be something environmental. Like they're going to attack something that hurts like our environment in the area of the United States, most likely. Is it? Yeah. Interesting. That's not good. Maybe. Is it? Something radioactive, guys. A cyber attack that affects our affects our environment, and and it has something to do with radioactivity. Like yikes, yikes. And possibly something chemical related. I got that for I got a maybe for that. So around when? In March, it looks like. And look what card. So in March, and I was like, well, what if it's telling me to look for this card on the 1 year, and rather than it being the timing, and lo and behold, what card also appears in March? The same card. That's like a double hitter, man. So there's something going on here with cyber related attack. February, March. Will Rut hit 3K next year? Oh, index, right? Sorry. Um, I got a yes for 3,000 on RUT in 2024. It could be, you know what it could be? It could be more than one attack as well, and that's why there's mixed information. It was luck. There could be more than one attack, and what AV, what your astrologer friend is saying about a terrorist attack, they could be very much related. Like they could be one and the same. It's hard to determine stuff like that. It's like taking a murky, like looking through a murky puddle and trying to figure out edges of things. You know what I mean? It's like you think, but I think I remember you said we could see a higher breakout on 26th. Is it not the case anymore? If I heard it right, um, for SPY, yeah, yes, it's definitely possible. that there's a higher price level on the 26th. We might have a lower price level and a higher price level. But that'd probably be the last day that we see a really significant high. We might see one at the end of the week, but I'm leaning towards significant lows there. So you heard correctly, Tabriz. That's why I'm saying it's a really wild week. It's really hard to pinpoint it, to pinpoint exactly what's going on. Will the elections happen on February 8th in Pakistan? I got a yes for that. They will take place on February 8th. Oh wow, and we poked to the upside at the end of the day. Yeah, so that's that prudence card right there. Trying to get people to chase this rally. But you can see we have this overbought crest that we sell off from in the post market here. So whatever the low ends up being tomorrow, we should see a lower price level on the 21st, and a very very strong probability of that if we don't revisit it in the same day. If we revisit it in the same day, there's less likelihood that we have a lower price level the following day, but it's still possible. All right, it was like, I'll take care of that momentarily. Thank you, my friend, for your support. Much appreciation. And with that said, guys, I'm going to roll. Thank you so much for watching. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma. We're counting on you here at Tarot for Traders. You do so here at the resources tab of our website. 5% of the profits should be donated forward to a charity. 5% of the profits back to the channel, leaving you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you do that, the universe considers you an angel investor. It's going to send it back to you tenfold. And again, if you just hopped on, check out the new stuff we've got on our in our shop, under shop of our website. Blessings, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow.